Don't sneeze. Don't sneeze. What's the matter with you?
I'd like, because I got a little, shut up.
You look like you just snorted a line of Coke. What's the matter with you?
I was out on we went to the beach this weekend and like I over-tanned, you know?
Yeah, you over-tanned? And what does that have
like I'm peeling and you know when there's like a little piece of skin and it's in your eyesight and that's what's going on right now. And it's going to drive me fucking crazy.
Listen.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, there may be cursing tonight. Just let everybody know.
Let me tell you something. I don't know how it's possible for the tan mom of vaping to over tan.
I did. I over-tanned a little bit. My shoulders were all hurting and everything. Actually, I got a funny story for you. Do you want to start off with a funny story?
Absolutely.
No?
I'm ready. I'm always down for funny stories. Yeah.
So Larry, who's in the chat right now, was on the boat. And it was me, and it was Larry, and it was Mo. Mo and Larry. And that
Larry Mo.
Yeah, I know. That would make me curly.
Sound just like it. All right.
We had a great day. We did a little bit of fishing. Did several hours. Then we went over to the beach, hung out at the beach several hours. Then I took the boat to the marina to fill it up with gas. And when we come out of the marina, it's a little bit choppy.
Okay. Right?
So
So that means that there's waves, right? It's wavy, right? That's what that.
Wavy, right?
Gotcha,
The wave.
Gotcha,
okay.
Gotcha.
So I said I'm going to hug the coastline, right? And this way, because I'm not out so it's a little bit less choppy if I hug the coastline. Right up onto a motherfucking oyster bar, I bring the boat up. Right? You know, like, see, I'm used to like Finger Lakes, Great Lakes. You go wherever you want. There's no sandbars, no oyster bars, nothing, no bars anywhere. There's puff bars up there, but there's the oyster bar. So now the boat is up on the oyster bar, and I'm like, shit. And it was like such a perfect day. And I turned to Larry and Mo. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. They're like, what are you sorry about? So now, like we have several options, right? You either wait for tide to come in, and then but the problem was that the boat was getting pushed further and further. Every time it went up a little bit, it got pushed further into shore. I'm like, all right. Or you get off the boat and you try to move the boat, right? The problem is, I don't know if you've ever gone barefoot into an oyster bed.
No, before. I can't say I have.
No, I figured you couldn't say, right? It will cut your feet up. Something fierce. I mean, I was trying to be so gentle and my feet were getting cut up. So Larry was nice enough to jump in the water. He had sandals on. So I turned to Larry's wife. I said, Mo, I said, you got sandals? And she's like, yeah, I have sandals. I said, can I borrow them? And she's like, yeah, you can borrow them. So I had to put a woman's sandal on, about 3 sizes too small for my feet, right? What I did was I actually turned to Larry.
Can we teach Larry how to use a video, by the way?
See, that's exactly. Is that Larry, not what I said, Larry? I turned to Larry and I said, if this had been Dimitri, all of my pain would have been recorded. The entire thing, right?
There's no
Me
doubt
being
about it.
Aggravated, my feet bleeding, the women's sandals on my feet. The whole thing would have been recorded. We wouldn't have been getting the pull off the oyster bar, of course, Dimitri there, but at least, for his purposes and his comic value, everything would have been recorded. All my pain would have been recorded.
Can I ask you something? Does Larry's flip phone record video?
I'm drinking adult beverages tonight.
Good.
I'm warning
God bless
you. I'm warning you. I'm warning everybody who's watching.
You don't have to warn anybody. It's all good. It's all good. Welcome to the DP show. We haven't done our introductions. We were starting to get into the swing of things here with the direction that the DP show had originally, the concept had originally started off to be. And, we're going to talk a little bit about current events. We're going to talk about vaping events. We're going to do our first dueling review today, right? Opinions for both ends. That is kind of the premise of the show. We are going to be showing you Vaporesso line of a few products, focusing on the P30 and the P80 SE. And of course, this show is not sponsored, so we can say whatever the fuck we want. And it's obviously for adults. It's for adult vapors. And we welcome you here, and we hope you enjoy the entertainment value that the vape brand bromance once more time will bring to us. Right, Phil?
Absolutely, my brother. You could not have said it any better and I do. I feel like I need to have fun tonight.
Yes.
I feel like I need to have you know what? There's only two people that got it right. 2 people.
Who got it?
2 motherfucking astronauts that left the fucking planet. Those were the 2. The 2 people that got it right, in my opinion. Holy shit.
Oh, just a second.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
You
we'll
got
get
it.
to that.
You got it. Just let me switch to
switch
this
to.
real quick. I've got to turn that off.
Hey, for all the good comments, Logan is liking the Aries. Thank you so much. I think "bay" means love, right? We're getting a lot of good positive comments on the Aries, right?
We appreciate
the reviews have been fantastic. We are so happy that you guys are enjoying the changes and the improvements that we made over the version 1. It's been a long time coming. We tried to get it out there sooner, but then Corona happened, right? But I'm thrilled. Everything that I'm seeing makes me really, really happy. Does it make you happy, Dimitri? What are you doing back there?
It really does. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust something.
What's back there? What is? I just want to know what's back there.
No, it's my laptop where I have the phone lines connected.
Your laptop?
And of course, as soon as I start the show, like the phone lines were connected for like half an hour, and as soon as I start the show, they go.
Here we go. Here we go.
We'll worry about it. We'll worry about it as we go along. Hey, listen, we appreciate it, Logan. Yes, thank you. We've got a lot of good comments on the Aries. I'm certainly enjoying mine, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well too. And we got a really good, glowing review from Daniel today. So thanks to DJ LED for doing just a fantastic. I mean, the guy does such a tremendous job with his shooting that, I mean, you have to put him in bars above everybody when it comes to quality of video and.
Absolutely. On production quality, he definitely is superior than everybody. I think I'm going to make one of my next video. I'm going to make it look just like Daniel's, right?
Yeah.
It'll take me about 3 weeks to produce it. So get ready for that. It's coming.
Fantastic. Yeah. What are you going to shoot it in? 75,000K?
Yeah, 75,000K. I just got to go invest in everything new, and then I could do it. Daniel has agreed to be on this show right here too. We should have him on.
To hear important instructions, press 2.
Just a second.
Okay.
Since it appears you're calling
What Dimitri's doing right now is getting the phone lines going. That's what he's
now.
doing. Right? Is that what you're doing?
Yep. And I got it. Look at that. On the fly. On the fly.
Look at that.
Look, I have the phone lines going. That's all I'm saying. They're working. Everything is up.
No,
so you see it down here.
I tell you what, let me tell everybody, let me go on record, because you never give me a fucking compliment ever, right? Ever. All you do is pick on every little thing that I do wrong. Everything that looks wrong, I do wrong. That's what you do. You pick on.
God.
I never get any positive reinforcement from you. All right. But let me say, the transition from your old mixer to your new mixer, although we did do a lot of behind the scenes testing and everything with Bill and Mike and several other people, it has been relatively smooth. It has been really smooth. Yes. I have been impressed with the production quality of the show. I think you're doing a fantastic job.
Listen, I say good stuff about you all the time. Just the other day in WeChat, I gave you a huge compliment. I stayed away from the entire thing, and I gave you all the props. I give you props where props are due. And you look fantastic. Look like you lost some weight. I told you today you look great.
Thank you.
And your lights.
Should I do the show topless, like with my birthday party? No, that's probably a good idea. Yeah,
we're good. I just want to make sure I can be seeing the chat. I do appreciate Bill Tarling. Bill Tarling's in the chat. If you have any questions, you can drop them in there, and Bill will collect them if they're worthy and relay them to me. Also, look down here. See this right here? This is a telephone number, 215-383-5752. You can call in anytime during the show with any questions, comments. Or you just can call and tell us how sexy we are. And look what we have here. Look at this. What is this? What is this?
It's the return of the vape wheel.
Now you have to be really OG.
That's when you do the applause thing.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
You want me to hold on? Wait. Let me do it again.
I hit the wrong one. Yeah, go ahead.
It's the return of the vape wheel.
I have to learn where those buttons are on the mixer. I keep getting, because sometimes I might do it. So you have to be an OG vapor to know what the vape wheel is. So I'll give you a little history on the vape wheel. So back in late 2011, early 2012, I started a show called the Vape Team, the VP Live Vape Team. So it was a show that we did every week. We did close to 170 episodes, and it was kind of like this. It was like a variety show. We talked about current news. We did reviews on products. We talked about flaming topics of the industry as they were going along. And there were a lot of characters that were involved in it. And I also wanted to do something for Team Free Shit. So to do something for Team Free Shit, I came up with the vape wheel, which was very, very popular back in the day. I mean, vendors were literally begging to get on it. And the way to participate with this is you simply just call. You call the telephone, and then we ask you a few questions. And if we like you, we'll spin the wheel. And today's vape wheel has 10 prizes on it. It has gift certificates for liquid. It has devices. It has some of the devices that we're going to show you today. It has some Inikin products, some eLeaf products, some Joytech product. It's just fun. We're just giving away shit, the team free shit. That's basically
what we're doing. There might be funny stuff coming up on the vape wheel.
Yes, well, don't give it all. I mean, you don't have to give it all. I mean, hold back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold back a little bit. Yeah,
I'll hold back a little bit. I'll hold back a little bit.
Yeah, we want to do some cool stuff. You might see some retro stuff on the vape wheel, right?
And just know that, like, none of these, like, nobody on the vape wheel is sponsoring the show, but we do certainly appreciate the people that we've contacted who said, absolutely, we want to be on the vape wheel. So thank you to everybody that you see spinning around when you see them spinning around.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely. Yes. You do see it spinning around. You're going to see what you're going to win. And it's all about fun. Listen, it's all about fun. The vape wheel was a lot of fun for the community, and that's what we want to do. We want to bring fun back into the vape. I guarantee you what you won't see on the vape wheel. Take a wild guess. What you're not going to see on the vape wheel.
What I'm not going to see on the vape wheel.
Yes. Take a wild guess.
A wild guess? That's like, could be anything.
Puff bars. Understand. You're not going to see puff bars unless Puff Bars cuts us a check. Hold on a second. Unless I'm going to scroll on the record.
Wait a second. You may not see Puff Bar on the vape wheel or anywhere else.
True. We're going to talk about that. But unless Puff Bar wants to give us a check, then we will entertain adding the Puff Bars to the vape wheel. Yeah. Yes, and it'll better have a bunch of zeros on it. But anyway, yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. It's all about having fun. The DP show is opinions from both ends, and it's about having fun. You guys got to understand that. That's what we're here for. We're here to provide entertainment for you, win some free shit, and talk about vaping, talk about products that we're reviewing with no bias, because that's what we can do. That's what we enjoy to do.
Excuse me. I need to answer a very important question in chat. Michael, it's watermelon peach, or the #1 best-selling unsalted flavor.
So I'm glad that you brought that up, Phil, because I've been holding this for you. I've been holding it the entire week, and I'm about to shit it out. That's how bad I've been waiting for this.
For what?
This is how bad I've been waiting for this. So I want you to take a look at this. So as you can see on the website, vapes.com, the unsalted cool citrus, which is mine, has 5, count them, 5-star reviews.
Yep. Okay.
The unsalted watermelon peach has 4 out of 5 stars. Do you see that? It's 5 stars under the cool citrus and 4 stars under the watermelon peach. So kiss my Greek ass. I got 5 stars. You got 4 stars.
I don't know. It's to me, it's sales. Like, you know what? You notice how I say #1 best selling? Like, I didn't call all my family and my friends and have them do a 5-star review. You know,
I didn't call anybody. Buddy.
All you got to do is make one phone call to Greece. You got all those fucking 5-star reviews. I know how this works.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
The #1 unsalted watermelon peach is not on the wheel. Actually, it is. You do have an opportunity. There's a gift certificate on the vape wheel for unsalted tonight as well too. The vape wheel is very, very rich. It's it's full. It's full. For the DP show, need to have a pair of Phil's underwear as one of the prizes. I have a pair. I might just give that. I actually have a pair of underwear from Phil when my bag got lost in France. I have it in my thingamajiggy. Anyway, all right. First of all, let's talk a couple of the serious things. I'm going to shift into my screen, just kind of show you a couple things here. If you did miss it this past week, there was a big movement. Oh, look at that. Courtney has you on the big screen. Look at that.
Aw, look at that. She
just tweeted me. She's got you like you're praying, but she has you. Anyway, so this past week, we did have a huge event that happened over the weekend. Of course, May 31st was the World Anti-Tobacco Day. And May 30th, a day before that, was the World Vape Day. So if you go into Twitter here and go into your...
Oh, boy. There we go.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. That's not a good way to start. All right, so if we go to World Vape Day, we can look at the hashtags here. So I don't know if you are familiar with how Twitter works, but the reason why we use hashtags is that somebody can click on that hashtag and see all the posts about it. So that's exactly what I did here. I put World Vape Day, and you can kind of scroll through the screen. You can see the latest. You can see what the top tweets over this past weekend, or as far as retweets, people that were tweeting really, really important information. You can see it all on Twitter under the search tab, and which is the explore tab here. You can see a lot of people participated in this. What we're trying to do is we're trying to hijack the World Anti-Tobacco Movement hashtag, right, which was expose tobacco and all this other stuff, and trying to penetrate with our own voice, the vapor's voice, exactly what was going on. I tweeted a bunch of these towards the end on Sunday, which were a little bit zingers, going out to Surgeon General, going out to CTFK, going out to various politicians. I saw a lot of movement from Grim Green. He did this a fantastic job over the weekend. Phil got involved. I mean, I saw a lot of people participating in this. Unfortunately, in America, we didn't trend. However, which is, look, I always want to be fair when I'm talking about this. We were up against Corona. We were up against, we were up against Corona. We were up against rioting. So we had a lot of tough competition in America. So we didn't trend. But there were thousands of tweets that went out there. We actually trended in a few European countries, including Colombia, Spain, and Portugal. All three of those countries having their own hard time with the anti-vaping movement. So even though we didn't trend in America, you participated in something that was an international movement, because all these groups from across the world, all these consumer groups, including 𝗂𝗍, were involved into planning this. They put a lot of work into it to make it happen, to create the website, worldvapeday.org, and try to get people to participate. So overall, I'm happy. What I'm trying to get at, Phil, is I'm happy with how it turned out. But once again, I will tell you, the participation was not, it could have been so much better.
Yeah. And as always, it just seems to be the same, like, relatively small group of people that are doing most of the work. I am glad that you gave Nick a shout out there too, because I saw some of Nick's posts or tweets, and they looked fantastic. Yours looked fantastic. There were several infographics that looked really, really good. And this is something we did a couple interviews this week. We did an interview for VAPE Italy. We did an interview for Latin America about World Vape Day. And one of the things that I said in those interviews, it was some of those infographics were so good. They were so damn good that it's a shame. It's a shame that they're only being seen in Twitter by a small amount of people, right? I am going to continue to scream, as Dimitri is going to continue to scream, that this shit needs to be public. It needs to be public. It needs to be in the faces of everybody. People need to see the truth about vaping and the pain that vapors are going through when it comes to the restrictions that we're getting for this product. The flavors, everything else. It's really frustrating. Now is probably not the time to do that, right? But definitely something that we need to look at and we need to take seriously in the future.
I totally agree with you, man. I think that, listen, complacency has always been one of our downfalls, and people are deflated, and I'm not taking it personally. One of my best tweets, I think, over the weekend, I think I sent this to you, Phil, as well, too. Let me see here if I can bring it up and show it to people. I think one of my favorite tweets this past weekend for World Tobacco Days is where I took a picture of this very older lady that is vaping. I loved that one. I know which one you're talking about. So let me bring it up here so everybody can see it. That will be in monitor B. So this is the tweet that I put up here, okay? Because the World Health Organization was using these images from children 8 to 12 years old to say that the tobacco industry is targeting kids. And now, listen, me and Phil have been we've had huge opposition against these shitty kiddie labels that our industry has had in the past, okay? I mean, if you've been following us for any time, you know that we've really given hell to these people. But I've never seen anybody in our industry use that type of image, a kid image, vaping, to promote vaping. And having the people that are supposed to protect your health do it, in my opinion, is criminal. It is criminal, and they should be prosecuted. That's my one point. And my other point is, which parent signed off on the form that allowed them to use their child in an ad like that?
And how much do they get paid?
The parents need to be prosecuted as well too. But I mean, again, the reason why I bring up the tweet, if you look at the tweet activity here, this is another thing that you can see. It got 83 retweets. Now, you remember back when Trump was going on, remember some of the tweets were getting 250, 300 retweets. You remember that, right, Phil?
Yeah.
So the numbers are down. Like this tweet, to me, I thought this tweet was going to go viral because I think it's very, very... 497 engagements on it it's a little bit miserable. But this is a very powerful tweet, okay? Because if people that click on this on World No Tobacco, because I've hashtag World No Tobacco Day as well too. So if you click this, it takes you to all the tweets that the opposition did. So somebody might come across this and say, look at this sweet young lady over here on the left, 75 years old, vaping on an RDA. And what the hell is the World Health Organization? That was the whole point of doing it. So, maybe I'm too hard on the community sometimes. Oops, sorry. Maybe I'm too hard on the community sometimes. But I think that we could have done better. But people are deflated, Phil. I mean, how can you not be deflated, right?
They're obviously deflated. And I appreciate what you said there because I thought it was going to happen a few times too. I thought when you say like you thought it was going to go viral and you see 83 retweets, right? It's just... that deflates you as well. To give you an example, I thought the "Do You Get It Now" video would go viral. Yeah. I honestly thought the world's greatest vape trick video would go viral. That was a powerful one, right? With a zinger right at the end. Yeah. Fucking nowhere, man. There's nowhere. And sometimes I almost wonder. Sometimes I almost wonder if there are people in this industry that aren't promoting it because they didn't think about it themselves.
That's interesting. I have felt like that in the past, Phil. I mean, as you know, we've done advocacy. Cheers. We've done advocacy since 2012, 2013, and starting, state associations and stuff like that. I'm sorry, that was me.
Okay. I thought it was something I have to just shut down.
Okay. It's a DHL shipment from China. Imagine that. So. We've done advocacy in some form, and you've seen that. I mean, I've talked to you about this privately. I haven't really said it publicly, but what the fuck? It's the DP show. Might as well. But this has happened in the past to me multiple times on an advocacy level where I come up with a plan and a strategy, and people in other states, simply because they didn't do it themselves and they want to get all the credit, won't support it. Yeah. It has happened multiple times. 𝗬𝗂𝗃 USA. There. You want a prime example? 𝗬𝗂𝗃 USA is a prime example. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Me and Phil,
not only did it not go anywhere, it got hijacked.
That's right. So me and Phil, back in 2015, everybody here in America was bitching because China would not put money into the game. What a lot of the vapors, and listen, I know that some of you guys are new into vaping. If you started vaping 2016, 2017, a lot of this does not, there's no way you could have possibly known. Yeah. But I will tell you that back in the day, the Chinese did contribute money here in America. But what happened is that the groups that were responsible for taking that money would take the money, would not do anything, would not update them, would not make them understand the laws, would not help them. And at some point, all the Chinese manufacturers said, well, we're not giving any more money. This is a fact, by the way. I mean, all the the tax forms for the various groups at the time, the 𝗬𝗏𝗧s and the 𝗊𝗏𝗃𝗃s and all that, they're available. You can go see where the money came from. So what since me and Phil, we were going to China on a regular basis, we had a great relationship with all the Chinese manufacturers. What we decided to do is, let's form a group here in America called the Shenzhen Electronic Vapor Industry Association. And then that way, what we can do is we can have a board of the major Chinese manufacturers and then members and fund a one pot here in America. And then when we spend money and give to various groups or lawsuits or whatever, we can go back to the Chinese and explain exactly how their money was spent. That way they can track it. Plus, they don't have to bother with every group going and asking them money. We would have one source of giving them money. That was the strategy. That was the plan. And it took us a year plus to make this thing happen. The Chinese obviously don't understand a lot about FDA and regulations and stuff like that. So it was a little bit of a difficult sell. But eventually we got it done. So we started 𝗬𝗂𝗃 USA with a board of SMOC, Kangertech, Aspire, Inniken,
Joytech,
and Joytech, right? So we started a board with the 5 big Chinese manufacturers, and money started to come in. I think in total for the year and a half that the association was up, we brought close to $500,000 in America. I want to say, $475,000 to $500,000 in America. Where did we contribute money? We contributed money to the lawsuit. If you go to r2bsmokefree.org, you will see that 𝗬𝗂𝗍 USA was the top donor. In fact, the reason why the lawsuit was launched was because of 𝗬𝗂 committing $125,000 to the lawsuit. Top donor, and gave the opportunity for 𝗬𝗵 to say, okay, we're going ahead and lost. Now, granted, we've lost every fucking court that we've gone through, but that's for a different show. Then we gave money to 𝗂𝗂. There's pictures of me in Las Vegas giving Julie and Alex a check. We gave money to VTA. We gave money to re-elect Ron Johnson. We gave money to various state associations that were hurting at the time, including the New York State Vape Association. We contributed that money based on where we felt was the most urgent to give money, and not just because you put your hand out and you say money, because this is the way responsibly to do it with the money of the Chinese. Well, guess what? Some of the groups got greedy, right? So some of the groups started to go behind our back and trying to get money direct. Now listen, I'm going to tell you simply, as a business owner all my life, if I contribute money somewhere and I'm not seeing where my money is going to, or I can't get any wins, I'm going to stop giving money. So when we contributed a bunch of money to VTA for what at the time was the push for 𝗁𝗵𝗀, we lost. So how can I go to the Chinese and say, hey, listen, we need to get another 60,000 for 𝗁𝗵𝗀?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So again, the movement was boycotted by all these people that said that, well, we want to get money for this, and I'm not going to go through Dimitri and Phil because they came up with this idea. And eventually, to make a long story short, a lot of the details will go in the book, of course, that me and Phil are writing. But the end result was, look, it all went to shit. All of it went to shit. All the Chinese manufacturers lost distrust one more time, and we didn't get anything accomplished, and they stopped contributing the big amounts that were coming in at the time. Phil.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. Like I said, somebody said it was sabotaged on the chat, and you're
proof.
Absolutely right.
We have proof that it was sabotage. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we were providing some value too. I mean, I was involved in the if you want to call it the pitch meeting. I sat in front of, but let me tell you something. It's a challenge. It's a challenge sitting in talking in front of a conference room full of Chinese people, and trying to get the point across, and trying to get the emotion across, and trying to get the passion across, because sometimes the translation doesn't work very well. Yeah. We see that based on what we see from some of the Chinese manuals. The translation is sometimes lost. But we did the pitch meetings. We went up there, did meetings, and tried to give them some information, and tried to give them some suggestions and some hints, just to make the products better, to make the products more uniform, to do different things like just the colors of O-rings, things like that. Dimitri went up there. Who did you go? You went up there with the lawyer,
with 𝗍𝗵𝗶𝗀, yeah.
Yeah, with 𝗍𝗵𝗶𝗀 several times. So, yeah. We were trying to provide value. We were showing them where the money was going, and it's just a shame that that would go and just get taken away from us. But a lot of people don't realize like how long we have been doing this and how much we have done in this industry. Yeah. As Mike Vape, 300,000 subscribers. Yeah. We've been here from the start, and I'm not jealous of that. It's just it's nice to know the history, right, behind the industry that you're involved in.
Well, another thing that happened at the time is that these Chinese manufacturers that were contributing, nobody was talking about it. Nobody was talking.
As an American consumer, when you buy something and you see 𝗬𝗂𝗍 USA, well, I would rather buy a package with 𝗬𝗂𝗍 USA on it than a package without, because at least I know that this Chinese manufacturer is donating for our fight for our right to vape.
Yeah.
Right. And that didn't happen. And when it did happen, because there were some that did it, it wasn't taken seriously enough. Nope. And it should have been.
Nope. No, I think it was just, I think the whole thing was I mean, in a word, disheartening, because we put a lot of time and effort to it, and I think that it could have turned into something bigger. And now, mark my words, even companies that have given individually, like to VTA and stuff like that, you know, the Chinese are very, very return of investment on their money. We have no wins, folks. We have no wins. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I talked about this with Logan the other day on his podcast, Rise and Vape. If you guys want to go out and check it out, we had a really, really good talk, and I was a little bit abrasive in that podcast, but I think the truth needs to be told. We have no wins. Give me one win. Like, I can go back to the Chinese, or to anybody for that matter of fact. My clients here in America, what can I go tell them? Like, tell me one thing on a federal level that we have won. I'll wait.
Not there's a shocker.
Yeah, that's not the point here. The point is that that lawmakers in the House, in the midst of pandemic, in the midst of the entire country burning, of people being jailed, looting, killing, beatings, in the midst of this entire thing, these lawmakers are spending time sending letters to the FDA talking about fucking puff bars. I am disgusted with the political system. I am like,
my God, you have no idea. We'll get there.
Yeah, especially this guy, Krishnamurthy. Remember him, okay? Rasha Krishnamurthy. I think I'm saying it correct. Even if I'm not, I don't give a fuck, okay? Krishna, whatever the fuck name is, especially this guy, okay? He's written 3 letters in the last 4 months to the FDA. Like, don't you have anything better to, especially, and where does he's in Illinois. You talk about the biggest corrupted political state in the country, okay? So you know that this guy has huge pharmaceutical influence. There's a lot of people behind closed doors that are giving him money. And in the middle of all this, what he's doing is he's writing letters to the FDA talking about the fucking puff bars. I've had it. Like, at what point are we going to stand up and say, you know, fuck, enough's enough, man.
That ties into probably a conversation that we're going to have a little bit later on. By the way, I'm filling my tank with the #1 best-selling, maybe not the best reviewed, but the best-selling flavor, watermelon peach.
That has only 4 stars.
See, this is where you have an unfair advantage because you have control of all the video.
It only has
that is
4
not
stars.
fair. That is not fair.
On it.
Not fair.
Question from 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗃: why do I have Phil's underwear? I have it because when we were in France, like, from that entire company.
That's the greatest question ever.
Why wouldn't I? There's your answer. But when we were in France, my bags got lost for a few days, and I didn't have any underwear, so Phil gave me one. And then he didn't want it back, I guess. That's why I have it, because I wore it.
Hey, we don't run commercials during the DP show?
No commercials here. This is all we can say.
What happens when I run out of my alcoholic beverage?
Well, we're going to play a video in a little bit, so you can go during the video and play it. But anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on. Listen, I'm really afraid of this country under what it's going on right now. If we want to shift it a little bit to a non-vaping topic, but I'm really afraid of what's happening in this country, of these riots and people. And listen, there's no doubt that the event that happened there and the killing of that man happens a lot in America. There's just no doubt about it, and there's no doubt about it that there is bad cops, and there's no doubt about that there's a code. And I think that code is probably a bigger problem than the bad cops. I don't think that there's that many bad cops, but I think the code of the cops not to tell on somebody because, you know, you won't be part of the clique, I think that's a bigger issue as well, too. Boy, I'm really diving into this. And we're going to get hate mail, whatever. I don't care.
And by the way, this is a hot topic. Yes. Call in with your opinions. Yes, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
right?
I'm down.
This is a good topic to call in on.
But I will tell you my opinion.
Yeah, let's hear it.
My opinion is that, once again, our political leaders have done a poor job of trying to assure the citizens here in America that everything's going to be okay. It takes people to step up, whether it's going to be on a city, state, or federal level. It takes people to step up, leaders to step up, and with calmness and with confidence, assure people so you can calm people down. You have to look at this leader and say, okay, everything's going to be okay. And we just don't have them anymore. We don't have these great leaders that can step up and open up their mouth and calm. You know, for example, Bill Clinton. I'll give you an example, okay? Not the greatest president that ever came through America, but I'll tell you one thing that this guy did have. Every time he came on TV, he looked at you just like he looked at Monica Lewinsky and just gave you that little You know, he gave you that little thing right there, and people calmed down, and the economy was good because people had the confidence in the leader, and we just don't have that right now. And the panic that I next.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Phil?
No, I agree with you. I mean, first of all, I mean, let's be very, very clear. And the sad thing is that everybody was on the same page with George Floyd, right? May he rest in peace. What happened to him was fucking any one of those time when, like, I would look at what's happening right now, and I would say, "What the fuck? What?" Like, okay, look, I'm not for the looting. I'm not for the rioting. I'm not for the violence. But there is a tiny little piece of me right now because of what I have experienced with vaping, believe it or not.
Yeah, well, yeah, I believe it.
Right? So there's a tiny little piece of me that actually understands what's going on.
Yeah.
Because you start to say, and the people who are doing it for the right reason, okay. The people who are doing it for the wrong reason, just take advantage of it, just to loot, just to get shit out of stores. No, that's wrong, okay?
Yeah.
But there's a part of me that understands the anger and the frustrations because playing by the rules, doing things by the book, gets you a flavor ban in New York, gets you a flavor ban in New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
So that's where that tiny little piece of me, although, God, I hope it stops soon.
Yeah.
I really hope it stops soon.
Well, I hope so too.
Gets it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, D?
Absolutely, it does. I totally agree with you. Look, I'm not, obviously, I don't support the looting and all that. I get it. I mean, there's opportunistic people everywhere. And when the opportunity knocks, you know, people will take advantage of it. I think that's everywhere. I think if you look at a vape show when people were throwing bottles, that's the prime example I can show you. When people were throwing bottles from the stage, people would fucking knee other people to get in front of them to get a 30 ml fucking bottle of liquid. Okay, so opportunistic times will bring these people out. Okay, so I'm definitely against that, but I get it. I mean, I'm white, and I'm sure that I can never experience some of the stuff that these guys have gone through or continue to go through. Okay, but I do get it. I do get that struggle. Even being in this vaping industry the last 10 years and the opposition that we have faced from politicians makes you understand that there's an unfair and an unjust system out there. And sometimes you feel like your voice is not enough. When I stand up in front of a Senate committee or a committee, a health committee in Tennessee and Nashville, and I tell them, motherfuckers, I am 48 years old and I'm the healthiest I've ever been in my life because I quit using this product. And people are like, nah, we don't care. And you feel like, I'm a human being, right? You get frustrated and I want to break shit in there. You know how many times I wanted to break tables in politicians' offices before or start throwing shit? You know, of course I get it. I mean, again, I don't get it at that level. I don't want it to be confused.
I think being in vaping, right? Has given me so many different perspectives on life. It's given me different perspectives on media. It's given me different perspectives on government. It's given me different perspectives on the FDA, on the CDC, on like so many different things, just because I'm in this industry and I've seen it. I've seen the struggle for good people to use this product and not smoke anymore. Good people to run their businesses and potentially save lives.
Yes.
For good people to continue this, right? And just to see it get destroyed and decimated. Yeah. Dimitri and I have been here from the beginning to the booming days, to the cloud chasing days, now to the pod days. We have been here, me and this guy, since day one. Along with other people. Yes. Grim is a perfect example.
Yes.
Right? So, I mean, it just breaks my heart to see what's going on, especially knowing how many people can be saved by this product. Yep. There's no carcinogens.
Let me bring a telephone.
Like American Cancer Society. Yeah. American Cancer Society. Here, no carcinogens.
Yeah.
Right?
I actually did
American Cancer Society. Why are you not touting this product? You could potentially save so many lives with this over cigarettes fucking tell people, look, hey, don't smoke anymore. You could say you could maybe not die of cancer. Do this. American Cancer Society. So like the frustration out there, I get it because I'm frustrated too for a different reason, granted, but I'm frustrated too.
Let me attempt to take a phone call. What are the chances this is going to work?
0.0. It's going to work, buddy. I have complete faith in you, man.
250, you're on the air with Phil and Dimi on the DP show. What's up?
Hey, it's Bill Tarling. I'm a first-time caller, first time I've ever heard your show, and I love it very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bill
Tarling. A quick comment.
Yeah.
Just want to throw in a quick comment, especially about the riots and stuff. Something for both sides. Now, for the cops, people are going, well, they see all these people looting, and they're wondering, why aren't they doing anything? It's kind of hard when you've got about 1,000 people around you, and you're one or two people there. And you're not going to shoot everybody because that would just escalate it.
Yeah.
So that's that side. The rioters taking advantage. One thing I'm really looking forward to is after everything settles down, everybody under the sun carries cell phones. There's videos, there's news camera, and everybody is captured on video. And you don't think that the police are now then going to go and say, okay, we can identify all these people, and we have them on video.
Yes.
Good luck saying, oh, I wasn't involved. Now, for the people who did things the right way and were there for the right reason, a lot of them didn't even realize some of the looting was going on. But I watched for about 4 hours Seattle and especially Portland yesterday. And Portland was scary as hell because they had a fence protecting one of the city buildings and so forth, police on the other side, and all the protesters were instructed, do not touch this fence.
Yeah.
So all the protesters stayed 2 to 3 feet away from the fence, didn't touch it. Police eventually backed away a little bit, trying to entice people forward.
Yeah.
They wouldn't bite. So they decided, hey, let's start shooting the rubber bullets and let's start shooting the gas canisters and say, you must leave the area at the north end. Except guess what? As soon as people turned to leave at the north end,
it was blocked.
They were also on the other side shooting them.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely insane. At one point when people were running, well, luckily the crowd kept saying, don't run, you're going to trample everyone. So they kept calm and they were leaving the area. Then the police started shooting the canisters into the regular traffic that was on the side streets, which then the people would naturally panic and turn to get away from it, driving right into the crowds. It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. Bill,
you know, thanks for first time caller.
Yeah, thanks.
AKA Bill Tarling.
By the way, 2153-35752. If anybody wants to call in, this is the thanks, Bill. Thanks for your commentary. Let me lower this a little bit, but at least the phone lines work. But let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
Please. Here's the thing. All right.
Yeah.
The other thing that really bugs me about this, okay? People got to keep in mind, we've been locked up for 2-3 months, right? So people found the opportunity to get out, and they're frustrated because they were locked up, or they get an opportunity to come out. But here's the other thing. I see people online taking sides on this and really affecting relationships. Like yesterday, we were supposed to do the DP show on Tuesday. Well, there's a nationwide blackout going on. Me and Phil felt it was important to not come and entertain you on that Tuesday night. We did it on Wednesday. So I posted on my Facebook. I changed my profile picture. I lost 3 people, vapors. Because I take a stance, because I'm willing to say something, okay? I'm not going to keep silent. And I'm not going to go on Facebook and start these big threads that people are just fighting with each other. I just took a stance, okay? That was my stance. Blackout Tuesday. Because I take that stance, you automatically dismiss me as a person and all the work that I've done in this vaping community for the last 7-8 years because I changed my profile picture. This is what America has come to. It's become so diverse. We're divided, right? It's right, it's left, it's different ideas. People are hating on each other. And there's no way forward from something like that. As humans, there's no way forward in that. Respect somebody else's decisions. Respect somebody else's, movements. Respect somebody else's ideology, especially if it doesn't cause no harm to you.
Right. I remember coming on. I don't know. It was one of the shows that we did. I saw a comment on YouTube, and it just like freaked me out. I got so angry, and it was very similar to what you're talking about, right? Somebody read into something that I said, made an assumption and said, I don't agree with you. I'm unsubscribing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's crazy. So every video that I've done, all the work that I've done for this industry, everything that I've done to try to help and save and show vaping in a positive light from an adult perspective, none of that, because you think, because how many times have I said, I can disagree with you, but not hate you? Right. But this is the problem with society right now. If you don't agree with the person, it's like you have to hate them. No, you don't.
That's the problem. Yes.
I can disagree with somebody and still hang out with them and still talk with them and still have a cup of coffee with them and still have a drink with them. My drink's empty, by the way.
Yep.
Drink. It's empty. Okay.
I got you.
So like just the divide and the split in this country right now is breaking my heart.
It's absolutely
brutal. We're headed for a civil war.
I agree.
And I tell you what, this civil war will have been created by our own government and our own media. Those are the two biggest problems we got right now.
I agree. Let me bring another phone call in. 718. You're on the air with Phil and Dimi on the DP show. Give us the opinion from your end.
Hello. I think the pin is also for the woman's sandal in size 9 are not available.
Okay, you're going to have to run that back one more time because you were breaking up at the beginning of the call.
This is Amazon customer service for Phil. I want to let him know that his order for women's sandal size 9 is not available.
Wow, that's a pretty amazing. That's why Amazon is number one. That's why Amazon is number one. They call you. They call you to inform you about your sandals. That's just that's great.
On this number, I can't believe that. See that's quality customer service right there. I mean, they find you, right? I'm assuming this is Larry.
It's got to be 718. Yeah.
Of course it is. Who do you think it is?
Motherfucker.
Larry, is 718 the number that the FBI gave you, or is that a burner phone? I just want to make sure.
No, it's a burner phone. As soon as it goes all with everything disappears.
Well, it definitely is. The quality of your phone, I can definitely tell you it's either a rotary or a flip phone. I can tell you that for sure.
It doesn't sound very good, Larry. You're not doing me any favors. Let me tell you something, okay? And I think I've said this before. So let me just, we got time. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Larry was somebody who I didn't know before I moved to Cape Coral. But when Larry found out that I was moving to Florida, he asked me where I was moving to. He sent me an email and I told him Cape Coral. He's like, holy shit, I live in Cape Coral. And then I was here and I was at a restaurant and Larry happened to be at the restaurant. He came up and said hello to me. Right. And we have grown into some like really, really good friends because Larry is from, you're from Staten Island, if I remember correctly. And
well, that's where I ended up. That was the last move.
Yeah. He talks like and acts like everybody I know from back in Jersey, right? I mean, we all got that same kind of thing going on, right? And we've become really, really good friends. And I certainly appreciate him being in my life. When Dimitri can't be here to catch my
enough fucking talking about Larry. Fuck Larry.
See?
No, Larry. Seriously, on a serious note.
Listen. I knew you were going to get him jealous. I knew that was going to happen.
So Larry, give us your 2 cents. I know you want to talk about this. Tell us. What do you think?
What are we talking about?
About the riots. About everything that's going on right now.
Oh boy, here we go. Yeah. Oh, get ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
No. Listen, Dimi, you don't want on all this shit that's going on with the rioting.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm 100% behind that these cops, and you know me, I work for the city of New York.
Yeah, I bet you did.
They need to get what's coming to them. But this other shit's got to stop.
Yeah.
Stop. You know it's all outside interference. People are protesting, and then. I mean, how are these bricks showing up in the middle of nowhere on all these streets? Come on.
Yes, I agree with you.
Did they really think we're that stupid?
Apparently they think a lot of the Americans are stupid because they continue to do it and nobody's calling it out. Like we're calling it out on the DP show and a couple thousand people are going to hear it, but the people that should be calling it out, they're not doing anything, Larry. Right. That's the problem.
Do you know? I actually heard, Larry.
Oh,
I heard from some people in like the middle of New York or more upstate, right? That their whole town and city is on lockdown tonight because they got a tip that there's buses of rioters and looters coming up. That's what's going on right now.
It's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Listen to me. I grew up in the streets of New York. I never saw bricks laying around and just, happened to be out there.
Yeah, I hear you. Because somebody would steal them.
It's crazy.
In New York, somebody would steal them. Hey, Larry. Thanks, buddy. I hope to see you soon, my friend.
Yeah, I hope to see you soon, Bob. When are you coming back down?
I'm going to try. I'm going to try to get there by the end of the month if everything goes well.
Cool. Then we could go out and have some oysters.
Yeah. Yeah, you need them. Oh, man. All right, Larry. Have a good one, buddy.
Thanks, Larry.
Kiss Mo for me, okay?
In.
I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, peace out.
Bye.
734, jump in here with us. You're on the DP show with Phil and Dimi.
Petrie, Phil, hey, how's it going? Hey, this is CJ calling. I think I talked to both of you guys via Facebook. I'm looking to get set up with a new, start doing MPLs from the, I'm just curious, where do you find all your 12 milligram juice? Because everything I seem to think 0.36.
Okay,
like
so the question is, I don't know why it's breaking up. Maybe it's Skype. But so your question is where you're going to find 12 milligram e-liquid. I can give you right off the top of my head right now 4 websites. MountainOakVapors.com, Nixteria.com, LunarRover.com,
DashVapes.com.
Hold on, I was going to give you one more here in America. Which one was it?
Delaware Vapor.
DelawareVapor.com. My mind stopped. And those are 5 websites to get started. And CJ, if you want to send us a private message, we're going to get you some more. The struggle is real, folks. People cannot get 12 milligrams. CJ, thanks for calling in, brother. People
wait. Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still here. Yeah. Go ahead. Hold on, CJ. Hold on.
Maybe CJ should be the first one.
Yeah, but we don't want to do it now, do we?
No, not now. Okay, sorry.
No,
all right.
We're gonna do it a little bit.
CJ, never mind. Move along, CJ.
Jeez. All right, CJ. Send us a private message and we're gonna get your list. But the struggle is
we'll take care of you.
Man.
5 pounds. There you go. There's another one.
5 pounds. That's the one I wanted to. 5 pounds. Yeah. 803. You're on the air with Phil and Dimi on the DP show.
Hello, Phil and Dimi.
Hey.
This is Bubba Hale.
Hey, Bubba. What's up, brother?
Same old stuff, different day.
I hear you.
Now, speaking on these riot things,
yes.
This riot BS, in Augusta, they're doing it right. They're not rioting. They're protesting peacefully, and the police are working with them.
Okay.
That I got to give credit to the police for.
Okay.
But upon one mention, everybody's got a cell phone. There was an accident yesterday in Augusta, Georgia, that it happened to be a black cop and a black person that hit the black cop. Probably not the best of ideas at this point in time.
No doubt.
But everybody had their cell phone out. Nobody helped.
Yeah.
You know what though?
My mind.
Bubba, you're on something.
2 cents in there.
He's on something. I feel. I'll tell you.
Huh?
He's on something on this one right here.
I know he is.
Yeah.
Okay, but like I've heard this several times. People are recording and nobody's jumping in to save. People are scared. People are really, really scared of these people.
But I'm on all these cameras right now, saving a police officer that very well could have died in this accident.
Yeah.
The front tire of the police vehicle was on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
They hit him that hard. And nobody helped me out except for one other veteran who had a blanket in his car because I pulled the officer out of the car and told him not to move. One other veteran jumped up and said, I got a blanket in the car. He went and got the blanket and everything else like that, because down here the temperature of the blacktop reaches fried egg capability.
Yeah.
Which I thoroughly appreciated, and I know the officer did too.
But I think that people are like that though. People want to get that like 2 minutes of fame on the internet than to actually help a human being. Like this, these people are so disassociated with humanity and touching and talking to somebody and trying to. Everybody is about that fame, that 15-minute internet fame, whatever it is today. And I think that goes a lot with some of the way people react because they know that they're going to be on camera, or they know they're going to be seen, right?
Not only that, but like number one, number one, people are scared.
With Phil, I agree with Phil with vaping.
Yeah.
Because in vaping, I am a major proprietor of vaping. I am pro vaping for the simple fact it got me off of 3 packs a day of harsh Pall Mall full flavor 100s. Mm-hmm. It got me off of 3 packs a day. I've been smoking since I was 8.
Yeah.
I jump up and I say, I've gotten 6 people in my neighborhood onto vaping just by me talking about it.
Yeah.
And I'm in the best shape of my life right now.
Yeah.
I can breathe. It's amazing. I'm a chef. I can taste my own food. But I agree with Phil that with this vaping, it's made me see the other side of it. Yes. It's made me see the Boston Tea Party a little differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Great point. Yeah. Hey, Bubba, listen.
I'm with me...
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
With me, to me, personally, and I'm going to get hate mail with this. Me personally, it's not a race thing. Mm-hmm. Because the human lives matter.
Yes. I agree with that.
I agree.
It's people, team free stuff, like you said.
Yep.
And everything like that. They're looking for an opportunity to do things that might be against regulations or law.
Yes.
They're looking for a way to put their foot in the door.
Yes.
But the people in Augusta are doing it right.
Yeah.
They're not looting. They're not burning anything. They jumped up and they laid down for as long as the gentleman took, and I can't remember his name right now. Sorry.
Floyd.
They laid down as long as the gentleman took to pass away.
Yeah.
In the middle of Broad Street in Augusta.
Yeah. I've seen that in other cities as well, too, doing it right.
I can't breathe.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Bubba, have a good evening. Listen, I'm so happy that you quit smoking, and we love you in this community. And thanks for calling in.
Yeah, absolutely.
No problem.
We appreciate it. And...
Oh my, opinions from both ends. You are listening to The DP Show with Dimi and Phil.
706. Let's take this last call, and then we're going to get into the Vaporessos.
You know what? Hold on. Before, we'll bring the next caller in. I'll talk over the next caller a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
But you know what, like Bubba said, not a race thing. Mm-hmm. I don't, to be honest with you, like I saw some stories. I don't think this has anything to do with race. I think that those two had a beef somewhere else, like in some nightclub, right? Like one person fired the other or some shit like that. Yeah. Right. And I think the cop used that opportunity to like down that dude. Right?
I don't know. You're going into conspiracy there. I'd have to.
No, I know. I understand that. Regardless, motherfucker should not have done that. He should not have had his knee on the dude's neck. Yeah. Right.
There's no doubt.
But I think there's other stuff going on there. I don't know if what I read is true or not. But
706, you're on the air with Phil and Dimi. What's up?
All right. This is David Blackman. You're
hey, David.
Picking guitar playing Athens, Georgia.
What's happening? What's happening, David?
Oh man, I just hate to see all this crazy shit happening throughout the. First it's Corona, and now it's all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know whether to shit or go blind.
Yeah, listen, buddy. I feel you. It's a discouraging time in our country, and more discouraging to see people turn on each other. It's just, it's very depressing. I'll tell you that. There's no doubt about it.
I got to give Phil a big kudos, though.
Okay.
I got to give him one big kudos, and that is for coming up with that Zenith Pro tank. I absolutely love that thing.
What What the fuck? You think
you know what, David? Thank you very much.
First of all,
David, I sincerely appreciate that. Thank you very much, David.
David is blocked,
the greatest phone call of the night. Thank you, David.
And removed from the internet completely. Hey, David, you know the Zenith Pro, me and Phil designed it. You know that, right? It wasn't just Phil.
Well, you and Phil, whatever.
Okay, well, fuck Phil.
That's
what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm just kidding, David. David, I'm just busting your balls.
But you know what? Regardless of who designed it, just go ahead and tell everybody how great it is. Please,
as long as you like it, David, buddy. That's all that matters. I get the same amount of money as he does. All right, David. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, man.
All right, man.
Thanks, buddy.
Y'all be good.
All right, take care.
By the way, like, you know, it's funny. That was great. That was fucking classic. I love that call. It's similar too, because like Dimitri and I, we bust balls about Unsalted, right? Along with Matt Cully. You know, I always call it the #1 best-selling. Believe me, if I could sell 1 million bottles of mine, they're going to be like,
yeah, we're all down for it.
Behind the scenes, right? Because we all make the same amount of money on it, right? Absolutely. So it works in our benefit. We split it completely equally, no matter whose liquid sells the most. So please do try them all. Yeah.
All right, so I have a little video. I have a couple of videos prepared as we get into this dueling review, and we're going to introduce a chart. We're going to do this. We're going to use this on all the reviews that we do, and I'm very, very excited to show that to you later on. But what we're going to be talking about in this video is some of the new AIOs that are on the AIO style vaping. Once again, me and Phil were really early to the game with a beep at a bad timing, but it seems like everybody's putting out these pod mod now devices. So it's kind of like in between a pod, in between a mod, in between an AIO, kind of like an all-in-one solution, whether they have internal batteries or 18650. Vaporesso just put a line of them out there, like 3 or 4 different models out there. And we're going to start with the P30 Pro, and we're going to talk about the P80SC first.
SE.
I got to put this screen up first, and then I am going to go to...
Oh, there you go. Oh, very good job. Is this where you're going to play the video and I'm going to refill my drink?
Absolutely, yes. All right, let's do a quick unboxing and see everything that comes with the Vaporesso Target PM30. Target, of course, is the branding that Vaporesso has used in the past for their starter kits. Okay, here's the box. Some information here on the side, 3 wattage settings, type USB charging, GTX platform, UPC code on the side, some specifications and packaging list on the back, and of course an authenticity sticker. Opening up the box, device. First thing you're gonna see, that is nice. So it's kind of like a carbon looking grip on it. All right, let's take a look inside. What else you have with the package? All right, it appears we have 1 extra tank. We have 1 extra coil. We have a Type C, very nice to see, USB charger. This looks like a little user manual on how to charge it, how to fill it. A nice little Vaporesso envelope here that contains your warranty card. A little attention card to follow the instructions to make sure that you install the coil properly. And how to check the label on your product to make sure that you have bought an authentic Vaporesso product. So there you go. That's everything that you're going to get with the Vaporesso Target PM30. And I've also have a little video set up for you guys to kind of show you how to fill it and how to determine the 2 different coils that come with it. So let's take a look at that now. Oops, all right, that's not the right video. That is the wrong video. And see everything that comes with the Vaporesso Target that. All right, let's go ahead and fill one of these pods up and get the coil prepped. This is the tank section. It's a very simple plug and play system. If you look at the coil on the bottom, you're going to notice it has two little notches etched into it. You want to make sure that these notches line up with these two little posts, and then you simply press it in. Now keep in mind that if you don't do it that way and you have those notches not lined up, the coil won't go all the way in. And there is a possibility you can put this on your device and it does fire, but you will get leaking because it hasn't sealed inside the pod itself. The tank comes with two different coils. The one on the left right here is a 1.2 ohm regular coil. I'm assuming this is more for the mouth to lung style. It's rated between 8 and 12 watts. And on the right, with the red O-rings, a looser draw with a coil that is 0.6 mesh rated at 20 to 30 watts. So I'm assuming Phil's going to be testing out, obviously, the 1.2 ohm. I'm going to be testing out the 0.6 mesh. And then I'll go back to the 1.2 as well, too, since I do enjoy both styles of vaping. You look down into the coil itself, you're going to see that the 1.2 ohm coil has a tighter dimension for the vapor in the air to travel versus the red coated coil, which also is an indicator that this is going to be a much airier draw. However, it appears that the portholes for the liquid, I don't know, it kind of looks like the direct lung coil actually has a little bit smaller liquid feed holes than the mouth to lung, or they're exactly the same. Nonetheless, we're going to test them out and see how they feed. All right, I like to prep up the coil a little bit. I'm going to use this. This is a liquid that we picked up in France. It's like a lemon alcohol cream pie, kind of a bakery dessert vape with a nice little lemon sour touch in it. Been really enjoying that. This is my second bottle that I'm going through. So I just like to put a little bit of liquid down into the middle of that coil. Just a couple of drops just to get it started. Now, if you don't want to do that, you can actually insert the coil into your pod, fill it up with liquid, and just let the whole pod sit for about 10 minutes. That's going to saturate it really nice. All right. And take our coil, make sure we line up these little notches, and then simply just press. You'll know when it goes in there. It's a nice little firm push. Nothing else to secure. And now, to fill it, nice little push system here. Just kind of simply push the whole top cap, and that's going to expose the fill port. Now, this is one of those push and play kind of things. Child-proof, obviously. Child resistance, I should say. In order to fill it, you're going to have to get this tip of the bottle to penetrate that port that will open up the hole and let the liquid flow down into your tank.
I'm so turned on.
Personally, I'm not a big fan of this. I mean, I understand it. It's just some bottles are obviously going to be harder to use with this type of system. I've seen Vaporesso in the past provide little bottles with their kits. They don't actually have one here that would work really, really nice. Some of these smaller bottles here, like this, work very, very well for this type of system. But we're going to attempt it here with a 60 mil. You can see this is more of a European style because it does have the pointy tip. We don't see that a lot here in the United States either. But we're going to attempt it. Here we go. Push down. It's actually working pretty good. Even though the tank is smoked, it's actually pretty clear compared to other smoke tanks I've seen in the past where you can't see the liquid at all. I can actually see the liquid filling up on this one. Look at that.
Look at that.
You can get nothing out. And a little bit right there. All right. And just slide it. Again, I'm just going to let this sit for 3 or 4 minutes, and then I will begin to vape it. All right, Mr. Phil, I know you've got some things on your side over there ready to go. Let me pull you back up.
Holy shit, I thought my videos were fucking boring. Holy Christ. Oh, my goodness. It's okay.
Okay.
I love you, brother. Where am I? I'm not here.
I got you.
I don't see me.
You're right there.
Right there. See, you know what? It's good that I'm drinking tonight, I think.
Yeah.
I think it's good that I'm drinking because I'm a little bit more outgoing, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe more than I'm usual.
Yeah. You've been a little bit miserable the last few months. So I'm glad that
I have been very miserable. So please allow me to drink. All right?
Go for it.
And see those really nice pre-recorded Dimitri videos? Fuck it. I'm going to do it live.
Do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Of course, for me to do it live, I might have to do this.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yes.
Shut up. And I'm going to go to my other camera. I'm going to go ahead and try this. This is the first time. The click. Nope, that's not the camera.
That's not good.
There we go. There's the camera. Right. I kind of gave something away there. All right. So what do we got? First of all, I go like this, right? Boom, right here. Love this. Micro USB-C.
Yes.
Right? Or not micro USB-C. I just said 2 different adapters. USB-C. Yes. All right. I love the USB-C adapter connection. Mm-hmm. I would really like to see USB-C used everywhere at this point. Okay. And I've been saying that in all my videos. But the interface on this is really, really simple. All right. So there's the fire button right there. It's got a 5-click on and off. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to go ahead and turn it off. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in a little bit for you so you can see a little bit better. Okay. How about that? See, the camera's in a weird spot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to turn it back on. You get that little bit of a light show. All right. Once it's on, you have 3 different power settings on this one. All right. So you've got a high, a medium, and a low. The high is going to be green. The medium is going to be red, and the medium is going to be blue rather, and the low is going to be red. And what you do to get in between those 3 settings is while it is powered on, all right, you just click it 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. All right, let's see. Let me try that again. 1, 2, 3. Is it off right now? Okay, there. You see blue? See blue flashing? Mm-hmm. So right now I am in the blue or the medium mode, right? If I click it again 3 times, 1, 2, 3, there's red and low. And if I click it one more time, you should go back into high, which is going to be green. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I thought I saw it there. It was green.
Those big sausage fingers. It's really, really difficult.
It's very hard. These fingers are giant, right? But you just saw it green. So I went back into the high mode. Now, the wattage levels on this are going to be dependent on the coil that you are using. Mm-hmm. All right. So if you are using, because it comes with 2 coils, it comes with a 1.2 ohm regular spiral type coil, and it's going to come with a 0.6 ohm mesh coil. Right. If you are using the 1.2 ohm regular coil, the highest output is going to be 12 watts. The medium output is going to be 10 watts. The low output is going to be 8 watts. If you are using the 0.6 ohm mesh coil, the high is going to be 25 watts. The medium is going to be 22 watts. And the low is going to be 20 watts. Now, as I click this right there, you notice green. See green, right? Now, green, it doesn't tell me that it's firing in green. Right now, it's giving me the battery charge status, okay? Mm-hmm. So if I see green, that is going to tell me that the battery is between 70 and 100%. All right. If I start to see blue, I'm going to be between 70 and 30% or 30 and 70%. And then if I see red, time to charge. Time to charge, I'm going to be between 0. Well, not really, right? 0 and 30%. Eventually, I am going to hit 0%. It is going to flash. It is not going to fire, letting me know that it is time to charge the device. Mm-hmm. And that's like really simple tech stuff on this one. Okay. So it is a really simple, easy product to use. There you go.
That's what I got. Top cam. So I
there.
Can get you over here to the dual shot. And you know, in the close up that you did with the colors, I'm a little bit confused on this.
I know.
Because
are we into thumbs up?
No.
Down?
I was just making a commentary that usually it's reversed. The red would be the highest, and the green would be the lowest, and the blue would be the in between. Because that's how.
Yeah, actually. Okay, so you think you see it that way. I see it actually a little bit differently, right? Mm-hmm. I see it absolutely red high, right? Red is hot. That's high.
Yes.
I see blue as low. Blue is cold. It's cool.
Okay.
It's a cool
Makes
color,
sense.
right?
Makes
And then
sense.
I see green as medium.
Yeah.
Right. Typically, that's the way I would think it should be done. So the colors are a little bit confusing on it.
Yeah. So what I've done, I've got both of my tanks filled up here, and I'm using the direct lung coil here with the 6 milligram lemon deliciousness that we got from France. It's really, really delicious. In a direct lung form fashion, and this is, I think, my third tank through this coil. I've been really enjoying using it in direct lung. It's a very restrictive direct lung. Okay, so it's not an airy direct lung, but a very restrictive direct, exactly the way that I like to DL. You know, I like to RDL. I don't like the full open air 80, 90 watts. Even with my regular setup, I use it at 30 to 35 watts. And with a lot of the air restrict, and I'm getting that same similar vape. You okay?
Yeah, everything's good. Go ahead, carry on.
So in a DL fashion, or RDL, I should say, fashion, I've been really enjoying using it. Absolutely no leaks, and I like the form factor. And it's just a little tiny dingy thing. You take it with you, and it vapes. It vapes really, really good. I think these devices have come along so good, over the years that I don't understand, why people would want to smoke anymore. It's 2020. Look at those great devices, Phil.
So true. So many good things that you just said right there. I'm going to go ahead and say some good things, and then I'm going to say some other things. Let's see. Is this it? No. Okay. So first of all, this is really interesting because when I saw this, I instantly thought Innokin EQ1.
Yeah.
Right? Because when I fire this, I don't know what power level I'm on. Right. All I know is where the battery charge status is.
Yes.
So kind of like what I would like to see is maybe when I'm firing it, I see the battery charge status. And then when I let go, it tells me what the power level is. Mm-hmm. I think that's a good idea because the only way for me to tell what power level I'm in is to click it 3 times and then see the color that comes next.
Correct.
Right. So if I'm in what I want to be in and I click it 3 times and then it goes to the next version, and now I got to go to now. So like if I wanted to be in high, I click it 3 times, I go to medium, then I have to go to low, then I go back to high, right? Yeah. So I wish that there was some kind of an indicator for it to we can't do that with a single button, right? It doesn't have to have any more lights on it. It doesn't have to have any more LEDs. It's just smart programming so that, like I said, when you fire it, it either it tells you what power setting it's in, and then when you let it go, it tells you the charge status of the battery, or when you're firing it, it tells you the charge status of the battery, and then when you let it go, it tells you the power level. I think that would be a better way to do this, right? That's number one. Now, I have been able to use this. I have been able to leave the house with it. It has been, this is important for me in a pod system because some pod systems do not satisfy you, at least me. I'm a very specific kind of vapor. 12 milligram throat hit. That's what I like, right? So I need that throat hit. And there are pod systems out there that don't give you enough power. We talked about this on the Smoker Show to give you that throat hit and that satisfaction at 12 milligram. Good news is this does.
Yes.
All right. This does with the coil that I use with the GTX coil. And there's a whole bunch of GTX coils that they have for this. But with the one that I used, it was satisfying. I did get the throat hit. Here's my one concern with it. It's being called a mouth to lung pod system, right? I'm gonna let you know. You have to like a very loose mouth to lung, an extremely loose mouth to lung. I would borderline call it not even mouth to lung, but call it restricted direct lung, even with the smaller coil, right? So I do wish that there was some kind of an airflow control on it to get it a little bit tighter for those people who like it tight. And I mean, Dimitri likes a little bit of a looser mouth to lung. Even I've been accused of liking a looser mouth to lung, but this is actually extremely loose, even for me.
I think from my cons, and I don't even consider this a con. I mean, if you like that style of vaping, it's fine. But for me, I agree. I like a loose mouth to lung vape, but it's too loose for me as well too. I can get through the day, and I put the mouth to lung pod on it now with a mouth to lung coil as well too. I can get through the day. The satisfaction is there. The nicotine delivery is there. The flavor is there absolutely on this. I just wish it was a notch tighter. I need to have a little bit more restrictive, because in that same category, I can give you a pro and a con. The drip tip. This pod's tip is perfect. It's the size of a cigarette, right? Which makes it a huge pro, in my opinion, if this is going to be the starter kit for somebody to start off with. But it also falls into a con, because now you've got a great tip, but you don't have enough restrictiveness on there to kind of mimic a cigarette, or people that like it a little bit tighter as well too. And I'm a little, you know, I don't want to criticize too much on that, because that is a personal style. And I think when people do reviews, they should really pay attention to what other people would like and not the style of vaping that we like. Okay, so I can't judge a device on that, but I can accurately tell you that the draw of this is not tight MTL. It's not a pure MTL draw. Let's just put it that way. It's a loose MTL, and of course on the RDL coil, it is great. It's a great restrictive direct lung vape.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. I think it was on their website or something that I actually saw it being called a mouth-to-lung pod, right? So I think that's the biggest problem, is labeling it. As soon as you label it, you expect something, right? And if you're going to label it mouth-to-lung, if you're going to call it mouth-to-lung, it's got to be tight enough to be considered a mouth-to-lung.
Agree.
And again, that doesn't make it a bad product. Because I've changed my opinion of reviewing over the years, because there have become so many different vape styles and so many different things that people like. I have to look outside the box and look beyond what just I like, and just see if it does a good job for maybe this person or that person or that person or you, right? I have to think about that. I can't say something is bad simply because I don't like it. Right. So from a loose, very loose mouth to lung perspective, or a restricted direct lung perspective, it's a fantastic little device.
Absolutely.
Right. And I love the fact that it's USB-C. Love that. And here's something interesting too, because they actually sent me the entire line. I think Dimitri got them too.
Yes.
The entire PM line.
Yes.
Right. So I've got the PM30, I've got the PM80 SE, which I'm going to do a review on, because this did something that totally took me by surprise. And then probably like a review, or just like a video of the three side by side, letting you know what you're going to get, because it's weird that they didn't carry the same concepts through on the three products. Right. That's okay. But to me, it's weird, especially when you get them all three at the same time. Yeah. Right. So Dimitri said, he's not a huge fan of the push and fill. Yeah. Right. However, when I was using the SE and the 80 SE and the 80 no SE, I found myself wishing for that push and fill. Yeah. Because how many times have I said I hate plugs, right? And these both use a plug system. You got to take the pod off, you got to pull the plug, you got to fill it with e-liquid, put the plug back in place, and put it back, right?
Yeah.
And this one, push, fill, slide, done, right? Yes. So even though, and I even said that I wasn't a huge fan of the push system on this one, on a previous Vaporesso product that I used, I still found it better than the pull the pod out, take the plug out, and fill, right? So I did find myself, as I was using this, missing the fill system that I found in that.
Let me ask you a question, Phil.
Ask me a question, buddy.
My concern is, okay, this is the trend, okay? We have this AIO type pod mod. We're seeing it with VAPE, we're seeing it with Smoke, and all these companies are following. Do you believe that that's more of a vapor trend? Because in my opinion, okay, let me just tell you my opinion and see what you think about it. If this is like a trend, like everything in vaping, right? We go mechanicals, variable wattage, evolve, replay, mechanicals again, squonker. So if this is a wave, okay, I get it. For the vapors, I think it's great. You have all these options you can pick and choose. If we're going the route of we're trying to create devices to help people quit smoking, right? My concern is, like, if you're going to get this for a starter kit, it has to be able to mimic a cigarette. I don't know how much we have to explain this to vape shops in America. It's like,
getting ready,
because I see it all the time, and people are saying, okay, this is a starter kit, but if it cannot mimic a cigarette, it's very hard to recommend this to somebody that's new. But I find it so easy to recommend it to a vapor because they're great devices.
Right. I'm getting ready. Can I talk now?
Hit me.
Okay. I think in a future video, I'm going to propose this, and I'm even going to talk to Daniel about it, because I think Daniel's done some experimentation in this field. I have done some experimentation in this field. Right? We need a chart or a bar graph. Right? Something very simple: a mark here, a dot where a cigarette is. Right? Over here is wide open direct lung. Over here is closed. Right? And like I said, over here is a cigarette. And what we need to know is, where does this fall? Where does this lie?
Makes sense.
I think that is so important right now, right? Because if I see mouth to lung, I'm thinking a certain thing, and I'm expecting that thing from this. If I can get a visual representation of the draw style in a better way, I think that would benefit the industry wildly at this point.
I think you're onto something there, Phil. It has to be done in a way where vapors understand it, but it has to be done in a way where smokers can understand it as well, too. Because
that's why I put the cigarette on.
Yes, if a smoker looks at this, let's say a smoker is used to, they've hit a bong, or they, whatever, they're used to something looser. There's got to be some kind of a visual way for them to understand the draw that they're going to get. Especially more of this with Coronas, people can't try stuff and all that. As we're going to see, like in Greece, we don't have a tester station at the store anymore because of the Coronas, right? So there's got to be a visual representation somebody understands before they purchase something. So I think that you're onto something. So, and again, not to downplay the product, because when I vape it as a vapor, I like it. I like all the products. It's how are we going to present it to the consumer that gets it. If this is for the vaping industry, they've done a fantastic job. If we're going to attract somebody that's new, then we have to be very sensitive on how we spread that information. I think that, again, from a reviewer's perspective, I have to get into that reviewer mode again. I haven't done this in a while, but from a reviewer's perspective, I don't want to tell people this is a starter kit that I recommend to smokers. But I can tell them that as far as a vapor, I'm getting a fantastic vape on it. Speaking of the P80, there's a comment in the chat. Had the PM80 with internal battery, and it went dead after a couple weeks. Just stopped working. Seen that happen to many others. Hopefully they have fixed that. I'll play with mine this week, Troy, and I will let you know. Vaporesso is a pretty good company. I don't anticipate them not being able to take care of that as well, too. We've known them for a very, very long time. I will say this with a P80. Again, the finishes on this are very nice. It's just how vaping has evolved and where we're going, right? We're kind of going back in the old days, but I mean, when we're looking at devices like the P80 that takes an 18650 device, we also have to think,
you're talking about the P80 SC. Let's just clarify.
Yes, P80 SC. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because the 80 is an internal battery.
Yes. When I'm looking at the P80 SC, I'm looking at this device, and then I'm looking at the device that I'm using right next to it. Okay, so let me get on this camera here. So when I look at these two devices, what do you notice? Like, it almost feels like the P80 is a little bit bigger than the device with a tank that I have on here. Now, of course, I have an elongated drip tip on my tank, right? So where are we going with the benefit of getting bigger and better? I saw a pod AIO that turns into a mod with two 18650 batteries. It's like, I feel like we're falling into that same trap of the older days where we're like, okay, 18650, now dual 18650, then three 18650s, then four 18650s, then Kanger put out the 5, and that's where people said, enough is enough. Go back into your cave, right? So I think that trap that we're falling is that vapor trap again, of we're taking something that was designed for something else, and then we're expanding it again for use within the existing vapors that are in there as the latest and the greatest as far as Untitled is concerned.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a matter of time. I'm looking for a smaller pod, right? So it's only a matter of time that a pod like this size is going to be like this big,
right?
I mean, the way that we're going,
100%.
because I look at these pod mods and I'm like, all right, so maybe they're a little bit sexier or sleeker than the old devices, with the 510s and the tanks.
Yes.
Maybe maybe they're just following the trend because pod is a popular word now, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe they know something and they are considering that, because if you think about it, every pod, for the most part, is a proprietary connection, right? It's not like the 510. And we've said many times that getting through a PMTA, Dimitri's even said it, that getting through a PMTA with an open connection like a 510 is going to be very, very difficult.
Yes.
So maybe that's what they're aiming for. I don't know. But it does seem like we're just kind of going through the whole thing again, only now with pods. The one thing that I will say this about pods is makes it nearly impossible for me to test them.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I would really have to like figure out how to open it up, tie leads onto the board, or figure out a way to sandwich leads in between the pod and the device. So they definitely get off. They definitely get away from the old full 𝗶𝗵𝗀 on these devices. I hope, and I was actually thinking about this the other day, I hope that I have done, along with other tech reviewers, I have done enough in this industry so that these are now accurate as well. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I really, really do. So if that makes any sense to you guys.
Absolutely. Well, I know it's helped me tremendously with my numbers, even though I don't give a shit. I just put it in my mouth, and if it vapes good, I will tell you. But getting back to these products so we can wrap this thing up, you know, when I look at these devices as a vapor, as somebody that's been vaping for 10 years, if I'm going to leave the house right now, I left earlier to go take my daughter to her dance school because I am, you know, by myself now. So I have to cook, have to clean, have to take the kids. I have to do all that stuff.
Hold on. I'm looking for a fucking violin.
Not to mention I'm giving Maria driving lessons as well, too, which is painful.
Oh, God, that's got to be a lot of fun.
But
maybe you should be the one drinking.
If I leave the house and I'm going to be gone for 30 minutes, right? I don't want to take a big mod with me or whatever. If I'm looking at these two, if I'm looking at the 𝗶𝗵𝗺𝗃 and I'm looking at the P30, most likely I will grab the P30 because I want something small. I can just put lightweight. The P30 is very lightweight. It's small, satisfying. I'll take it with me for those 30 minutes and go out. When I get into this stage here where I have an 18650 battery, I have more weight, I have a screen on it, you know, that gives me all the information that a regular mod gives me. What benefit does a device like this bring over, you know, a regular mod, single 18650 battery, if you want to call it, that has a 510 connection, doesn't have a battery, I can put any tank on it and enjoy vaping. This is my dilemma, okay? So what we have to do is we have to review them based on how they vape and how they perform, how they look, everything that we take in consideration, and not necessarily about, you know, saving the humanity of vaping and where we're going to go with a 510 connection. I get it. I understand it. And I want to be able to accurately tell people that ask me about these devices as more of these reviews become more often. And more product is coming in for me and Phil. A lot of people have contacted us to do review for them. I think what we need to do is look at it and judge it based on the performance and what it's doing for what it's designed to do, and not necessarily what we would want it to do. And that would be more accurate for people that are listening.
I totally agree with that. Why would I look at something that is direct lung and give it a thumbs down because it doesn't do mouth to lung, or try to redesign it because it doesn't do mouth to lung? Correct. It's just not for me. Correct. You know, why would anybody look at something that's labeled mouth to lung and give it a thumbs down because it doesn't do direct lung or it doesn't do restricted direct lung?
Yeah.
Right. That's not what it's supposed to do. It's just not for you.
Yeah.
Right. That's all. There's no reason to not like a product or bash a product because it doesn't do what you want it to do.
Absolutely.
As long as it's labeled correctly.
Absolutely. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a chart. We're going to give you a chart on the Vaporesso P. This is the Target P30. Target has always been used by Vaporesso for their starter kits. So that's the name that they've attached to all these devices, continuing that line of starter kits. So the chart will be based on the one that I've used the most, which is the Vaporesso P30. And, you know, maybe in the next show, we'll expand a little bit. I know that you're going to do individual reviews on these, but maybe we'll expand on the P80 and the 𝗶𝗵𝗺𝗃.
PM30.
PM30. What did I say?
Yeah, there you go. Good job.
Did I say P?
You said just P.
I was thinking of you in France laying in a hospital bed. Waiting for that. Well, yeah, I gotta learn these buttons.
All right, so what's your number, man? What's your number? What do you call
Obviously, my number is 6.5 right there. I told you that's where I'm gonna go with this one.
All right, hold on.
And,
let me put that number down because
yes.
I have to think about this. I have to think about this a little bit. Okay, so you're going to give it a... Can I tell you what my biggest problem with this is?
Yes.
All right, hold on a second. You know, I try to do this. I try to do this as fast as you. I got to get one of those touch pads that you know, that change the scenes and stuff. Why is this not fucking okay? All right. So if I go over here, this is from Vaporesso.
Yes.
Right. Here's my biggest problem: is that they are calling it the MTL pod mod.
Yes.
That's my biggest problem with it.
I agree.
Right. If they did not have MTL on there, I'd give it a much higher rating. I'd give it a 7 or an 8.
Yes.
Right. But I'm going to go ahead and give it. I'll give it a 6.
Okay.
I'll give it a 6.
And what is this chart that we're talking about anyway?
All right, hold on. I'm giving it a 6, right? And then I have to go over here, and then I have to go over here like this, and then I can click this button right here, and look at that.
Look at that.
Look at that.
So in the DP show scale rating, I have given the Vaporesso P30 a 6.5 inches, and Phil has given his 6 inches.
6 inches, which, by the way,
it's a little bit overblown number for you, Phil. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh my God! Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You can't imagine what that chart looked like originally. The chart that I proposed to Dimitri. I even, when I sent him the original chart, I said, "You think too much," and what he wrote back was, "Even for us."
Hey, listen, man, you can't fault Vaporesso. They always put out nice devices out there, good-looking devices. They work well. The chips are very well. I mean, there's a lot of pros going on for that company, and they do just a good quality vapor product out there in the market. I think that the MTL DL, because now it's been more redefined in this year, I think for a lot of Chinese companies, it's very hard for them to grasp it. And let me tell you something, because we have been to China multiple times and we've talked to a lot of these engineers, it is a very difficult concept to understand, okay? Don't forget that we didn't have these definitions just a couple of years ago. The MTL definition was brought on by Phil. So once these definitions came into play, and then a variety of ways was kind of explored into vaping, right? Well, it was RDL. We didn't have RDL, right? We had DL. It was direct lung, or it was, you know, tight. That's what it was. There was nothing in between. Now there's literally 100 different ways to vape. I think Chinese companies will catch up to this, and I think eventually we will see these designations become standard in the way that it's packaged. So I think it's just hard for them right now in this kind of abyss of, you know, this huge demographic of vapors that we have out there to be able to categorize everything properly as it stands right now.
No, I agree with you. But I also think, I'll play devil's advocate here. I think it's one part hard, also one part easy, right? Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, even we, with the Aries 1, kind of blew it, right? We didn't make it tight enough. Mm-hmm. That's well known, right? But if I see MTL, it better be as tight as at least one thing, and that's this, right? These are my stunt cigarettes, by the way. Totally right? It better be at least as tight as this, okay? And I think, so even for the Chinese manufacturers, very simple for them to pick up one of these and make sure if you are labeling something as MTL, it's at least as tight as one of these. Make sense?
And also, I just want to put this out there. It's just
put it out there.
I don't want to create any drama.
Who the fuck is beeping me? Like my phone is going crazy right now.
So I don't want to create any drama, but I will say this.
Go ahead.
There is a huge demographic for MTL vapors. Anybody that dismisses, it's not a small niche. It is not a small community of people that enjoy to vape MTL. Trust me, we know. There might not be a lot in America, but in the planet as a whole, especially in Europe, it's a huge niche of people that vape MTL. So I think that those people need to be taken seriously, and we need to have products on the market to cater to them, whether they're existing vapor or somebody looking to convert. MTL doesn't necessarily mean you're going to give it to a smoker, right? And then eventually they're going to be DL. Some of them will be. I tell you, people that have been vaping 10 years, prime example, this dinosaur right next to me, that is vaping MTL after 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So just like Phil and me, there's a lot of people out there that continue to vape in that style. So I think that it's very, very underrated when we hear sometimes, oh, nobody vapes like that. No, I don't think so. I think people that say that are wrong. I think that there's definitely a huge demographic out there for people that enjoy mouth-to-lung style of vaping, whether it be proper as taught or whether it be a loose MTL vaping as well too. All right.
I think proper for Todd is like he wants to suck and nothing happens. Like nothing fucking comes out. I think that's proper. I love you, Mark Todd.
All right, let's take some phone calls. Everybody, who wants to play the vape wheel? I'm very, very excited about this. Let me bring the chat up here so we can all see it. Look at that. Look at that beautiful vape wheel. I've got music set up for it. I've got all kinds of stuff ready for it. I don't know if it's gonna work, by the way. I just want to put that out there. This is my first time attempting this. But 215-383-5752 if you want to call. By the way, we do have a Vaporesso Target P30 on the vape wheel tonight, so you get a chance to win that as well too. We got a bunch of stuff on there. Anybody that wants to play, you're more than welcome to call in. 215-383-5752. Let's make Team Free Shit happy. It's so exciting. It's so exciting
we haven't seen this in years.
Man, I'm so excited to have it. Have the vape wheel.
Is that what the vape wheel looked like? The original?
It was a little bit different back then. It was a different one. I bought this one because you could do a couple more customizations to it versus the other one. I don't know if I like it. If I don't like it, if it doesn't work well, I'll find another one.
It would be cool if we could put like the people who donated like their logos and shit in there.
I changed. John,
I know that's more work for you. I'll take it on if you want me to. I'll help out.
No, that's okay. Steven says, yeah, the Aries one was loose. I'm excited to get my Aries 2. Let me tell you something. Aries 2, you're going to be sucking like through a straw, brother. No, you can get it. What was it that made you two work with Inikin? I love Inikin before I even heard of you two, be honest with you, and that was a cool fire for. Rob, I think, for us, for our style of vaping and for what we are known in the vaping community, it made more sense for us to go with Inikin than to go, for example, keep in mind, this is, we started working with Inikin in 2016, 2017. So at the time, clouds were huge. So it wouldn't make sense for us to go work for Smock. I mean, it just
you really call them Smock too?
Whatever,
now?
Smock, Smoke, whatever. It doesn't. Nothing against the company. It just wouldn't make a good fit for us. We're focused on creating products for smokers, people that are transitioning, MTL vapors. We're trying to expand a little bit. One of the reasons why we didn't do a smoker show last week is we had a task that was kind of handed to us, and we had to work for like 48 hours straight to get it done, which we did. We are expanding that as well too. Our goal is to not really follow trends, but continue to provide products with companies that do believe that we need to continue to have these products on the market. And we do. And I think there for a while, everybody lost kind of a little bit direction, but we're back now.
Not only do I agree with you, okay, but also like my perspective and maybe some of the videos that you may see coming from me up and coming, you might like be scratching your head a little bit. Yeah. And if you are scratching your head a little bit, the reason why you'll be scratching your head a little bit is because I have been to several shows, and what I see at the shows is nothing for the direct lunger and for the restricted direct lunger. So keep that in mind if you ever see a video coming out from me.
Yes, I agree. Listen, we're fighting for direct lungers and restricted.
Isn't that crazy?
Because, this 50 milligram nicotine that's out there and all you're seeing is pods. Look, okay, I get it. It's the trend. Right? It's a trend. But let's go back and having fun and vaping, man. It's all about having fun. You guys need to have fun. And we need to have products for everybody out there. So, most MTL vapors found what they like and stuck to it. There are millions of K-Fun lights still being used. I absolutely agree with Patrick. And the problem is that there was not enough tanks out there for them to go buy something else. If you vape in a K, there's nothing wrong with a K-Fun. It's a great tank. I could vape a K-Fun light for the rest of my life. I wouldn't have any issue with it as well too. But also keep in mind that they didn't have a variety of tanks. So you got a K-Fun from the high end, and then you had an Aspire Nautilus. That's basically what MTLers had for 2 or 3 years running. So a lot of them lost interest in the community, and a lot of them lost interest in they couldn't find liquid, they couldn't find tanks, they couldn't find anything that suits them. So they started DIYing, and they're using a K-Fun light. I totally agree with that. And they're not loud. There's nothing sexy about doing a cloud competition with a K-Fun light. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them kind of went under the radar, just kind of, just left the community in general. I think a lot of that has happened.
Hey, did you notice that the bar charts are pink? Did you notice that?
I did notice it. I noticed it in the first picture that you sent me, and I noticed that in the second one as well too.
They're also cylindrical.
I wonder if we're gonna be able to go, like deep on a review. Like go like 8-9 inches deep.
Well, it would definitely only be in the review. Certainly not with us. You know what I got to do too? I'm going to go back here. I need to put the product name and the logo of the company. Just to be fair, I think that would be nice.
All right, let me take a phone call.
I'll do that. I'll take care of that.
We're gonna play the.
Make that happen.
Can you switch back to your camera? 734.
Yeah, here I am.
734. Who's this?
Oh my, opinion.
Calling to try and play the wheel.
Oh, okay, CJ again. All right, hold on. I've got an intro for this. Guess what time is it, Phil? Guess what time is it, Phil?
It's Wheel of Fortune time.
I love it. I love it. Like my little music. Huh? It's like an exciting build-up. All right, CJ, good luck, buddy. I hope you win big. Are you excited? I'm excited for you.
This is the first time in years that we've seen the vape wheel. Do you realize how exciting this is? I might even have an erection under the table right now.
Listen, Phil, it's not. Nobody will be able to notice, even if you did. But wow, such a build-up. All right, you ready, CJ? Good luck, buddy. Let's see what this is gonna do.
Ready.
Oh, look, it's spinning. It's spinning. Oh, look at that!
Oh, what is it?
You have been DP'd, CJ. You have won a Vaporesso Target P30. The one that we showed today on the show. Congratulations. I don't like that because when it pops up, and I can't see it on my screen the way that I have it set up.
It's a little too big. It's a little too big.
Yeah. But anyway, you have won a Vaporesso Target P30, my friend. CJ, I will put on the screen here how you're going to be able to claim your prize. And you're going to have to put your telephone number in the email so we know that it is you, okay?
All right, thank you, guys.
Hey, thanks, CJ. I appreciate it. Let me put on here really quick that he won that. I have to add it here. Just a second. I do apologize. Entertain the crowds, Phil.
You know what would be cool? I want to see if anybody in the chat remembers this. Back in New Jersey and New York, many years ago, there was an old game that was on TV. I think it was Channel 9, and it was called Pix. And it was like this little video game. And every time somebody on the phone would say Pix, it would fire. And they would go Pix, 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 Pix. You know what would be cool is if like we can trigger when the wheel starts based on like when the caller says, oh, we can do that right now. When the caller says spin, you spin it. Something like that.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I got you.
So like they have control over the wheel.
We can also do that with a remote vibrator too, like the same concept, right?
Yeah,
Is that the same concept? Is that the right same concept?
Hey, nobody knows. Nobody's. You know what? I think I might be more current on sex toys than I am vaping products.
I think you are.
Could be.
I think you are.
We should change. We should do another show.
I mean, if we're calling this the DP show, what the hell are we going to call that? That's my.
I'm all for it, dude. Let's do it.
I'm down. CJ, right there. 𝗵𝗵𝗀@tasteyourjuice.com. Send an email with your telephone number. Okay, 𝗵𝗵𝗀@tasteyourjuice.com. Put your telephone number and what you've won, and send us your address, and we'll get it out to you in the mail next week.
Just as soon as we can.
Just as soon as we can. All right,
big wiener.
Okay, do I have this? I have my WordPad.
So
here.
did the program automatically take that off the wheel now?
Yes, I've got it where it takes it off the wheel afterwards. So CJ.
Does CJ understand the seriousness of what he just did? He was the first spinner of the vape wheel. You know what? You should have had a number of years from when the last vape wheel was spun. Do you know?
It's got to be over 6 years. Wow. It's got to be over 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah. It was so exciting. It was so exciting.
It really was.
So much fun. The vape was so much fun, man. I remember when we used to have like a serious topic, the phone lines would be open for like an hour and 45 minutes. Not one motherfucker would call in. As soon as Jamie, Google boy, as soon as Jamie said the vape wheel, the switchboard, whoo, like right now, just lit up. Just like numbers were coming up.
Team free shit. It'll never stop.
It will never stop. That's
the shocker show. I like that.
The shocker
I like that.
show.
Big Red. Maybe we'll do that.
Can you
We should
register
do
that out really quick?
You know what? If we did a sex toy show, first of all, our ratings would be through the roof. We would get much more people watching than watch right now. Yes. And I guarantee you, we would get so much product.
There's no doubt about it.
Imagine putting that on the vape wheel.
Yeah. Your wheel needs a whammy. That's a good idea. We might put something in there. I was thinking about that today to put that in there. But listen, the vape wheel is an evolving creature. So you'll see different facades. You see different options. You'll see we'll have a lot of... Listen, I want to bring fun back to vaping. I want to go back to what we used to do and have fun. So team free shit is part of fun as well too. So we're we're knowing that team free shit is going to call, but we don't care.
First of all, I really love that because I miss what vaping used to be. Yes. I really, really do. I miss going to the grand openings of shops. I mean, we always talk about Andrew's shop time and time again, and the fun that we had and the laughs that we had and how good we felt about vaping back then. It would be nice to bring some fun back. Even if the world is crumbling around us, let's at least have some fun here on this show. And you know what I think for that whammy spot, right? If anybody lands at a whammy spot, they have to super chat us like $100. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Absolutely.
Okay, absolutely.
So you're going to have to call and basically it's like playing Russian roulette. You might win something, or you have to pay us $100.
Luckily, there's no whammy spot there.
Oh my, opinions from both ends. You are listening to the DP Show with Dimi and Phil.
Guess what time is it, Phil? Guess what time it is?
Is it time for the vape wheel?
Let's get another call. And by the way, I'm going based on your hold time, just so you guys know. I'm not just randomly picking numbers. The longer you got your holding, that's where I'm going. 206. 206. What is your name? Where you're calling from? 206.
Hello. Hello.
Hi. Don't be shy. You're on the vape wheel.
Oh. Actually, I didn't even know.
Well, now you know. Congratulations.
Hey, this is Rob. Actually, you answered my question earlier about why you two decided to work with Inikin.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So, thank you. I appreciate the answer.
We appreciate you calling. And since we have you on, you're going to spin the wheel, right?
Okay. What do I got to do?
You ain't got to do nothing, buddy. Just sit there and smile and look pretty, and we will do all the button pushing on our side.
You know, 48 years old, you know, long hair. I look pretty damn good.
Hey, brother, I'm 48 years old. I'm 48 years old as well, too. I don't have long hair, but I look pretty damn good as well, too. You excited? Are you excited? I'm excited for you.
Actually, I'm excited. Yep,
all
absolutely.
Right. So tell me, what were you saying? Finish your thought.
Oh, well, I wanted to say it's now been 64 days since I quit smoking, and Inikin was the company that I went with. And, well, as a matter of fact, I just won not too long ago an Adept from Inikin Technology on
Fantastic.
Facebook. So, little shout out to them.
Absolutely. I hope you're enjoying it.
Let me ask you a question, caller. Are you still using the Adept?
I am.
Okay. So you're using the
also,
Zenith, or you're using the Zlide tank with that, correct?
Yeah, the Zlide.
Okay. With the Zlide tank, which coil do you like? The highest one. 1.6.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's let him spin the wheel.
All right. Let's go. Exciting. Good luck, Rob.
Oh, thank you.
Round and round it goes. Where it stops, no one knows. What do you win? What do you win? What do you win? What do you win? It's so exciting.
Unsalted. You won a gift certificate, my friend. Congratulations. You won a $30 gift certificate, and you get to try Unsalted, our liquid line, a higher milligram from -vapes.com. All you got to do, Rob, is send an email to 𝗵𝗵𝗀@tasteyourjuice.com. Make sure you put your telephone number in the subject line so we know it's you, and then we're going to send you a code where you can use $30 and try Unsalted. And by the way, speaking of Unsalted, right? you're gonna have to try
the #1 best-selling watermelon peach. Best-selling. Listen, you look. You can go by the reviews, or you can go by the #1 best-selling. Right.
Oh man, that's so much fun, Rob.
Strictly speaking, I do like watermelon and peach.
Well,
see,
I'm going to hang up on you now, Rob.
That's
Thanks
perfect.
very much.
And
Thanks
hey,
for
by
playing.
the way, Rob, when you do send that email to me, since you let me ask you a question.
90
So are you
seconds.
satisfied? Are you not smoking at all anymore? Are you doing really good with that, with the vaping?
No, I have not had a cigarette in exactly 64 days. I immediately jumped from smoking like a pack a day for 30 years to directly Anakin and vaping, and been there ever since.
I love it, Rob. So not only are you going to get the code to use over at Dash Vapes for $30, but 𝗶𝗵𝗀 himself, this guy right here,
wow,
is going to send you something as well.
Oh, okay. Rob, look at that. It's your lucky day, man.
Thank you.
I mean, all you need is a chick to get laid tonight, and it's like you won the fucking lottery tonight. I'm telling you, that's it. It's completely congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a half a case of beer, and
Damn.
I got my vape. Now I got to go get my woman.
Oh man, there you go. That's the progression.
Everything.
Thanks, Rob.
By the way,
thanks
I
for
don't know
playing.
if anybody could see this. You probably can't because I'm a little tiny window right now. But the glass that I was drinking my adult beverage from tonight,
Your adult bov?
It has flamingos on it.
That's so gay. Anyway, all right. Thanks, Rob. Thanks for playing, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Rob.
Have a good one, buddy.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
How exciting does the vape wheel feel? I mean, it's
10
just
seconds.
ignore the British lady. Don't worry about it. As long as you're on hold, you're gonna be okay. Let me put her on mute real quick. How
Hey, hold
exciting is
on.
it?
Is Sons of Liberty Radio? That's Patrick, right?
Yeah, he keeps plugging his show. That's okay.
No, that's okay. But he super chatted $5.
Did he?
Yeah, and okay, that was for my booze fund, and he had to go and say 5-star Cool Citrus Rocks, and that's good. I'm happy.
Thank you,
Patrick. Tell everybody, tell the world that Cool Citrus rocks.
By the way, you do a show with Patrick too, don't you?
Yeah, I do the Geek Show with him. I actually have a lot of fun.
I've
doing
never
that.
listened to it, and I will never listen to it. I'm just letting you know.
Whatever, shut up. You have made special guest appearances on the Geek Show, right?
Have I?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I've never watched it. It's just not me. That's why. Oh, you're talking about my fill-in, yeah. Hey, be gentle. Be gentle with me.
You've been on the Geek Show.
You're manhandling me over there, brother. What are you doing?
You've expressed your opinions on sci-fi shows.
Have I?
Yeah.
I'm sure I agreed with you completely, right?
Absolutely. Everything that I say, you agree with. By the way, I don't know if you know this. Like you and I, we disagree, and we've had our issues these past few weeks.
Yes.
Okay, but this Dimitri right here, he believes everything I say.
He's your good.
He goes
Dimitri.
along with everything that I want. He's a wonderful friend.
You know who else is excited?
I love this Dimitri so much.
You know who else is excited for the vape wheel?
Who's that?
Cockadoodle damn!
Indoor smokers.
Oh, is he really?
Indoor smokers. Very, very excited. Very, very excited. And of course, my good buddy Russ.
Flavor and vapor.
He loves flavor and vapor. All right, let's take one more. Let's go. Let's do it.
Here we go.
757. You're about to be DP'd on the DP show.
DP'd. How you doing, fellas?
Good. Who's this?
Hello. Welcome.
Hey, this is Mike. Mike in Virginia Beach.
Mike at Virginia Beach. How you doing, Mike? You doing all right tonight, man?
I'm doing great.
I'm
doing great. I get this. I'm hoping for a spin.
All right, buddy, you got it. Well, you're on the line. You are going to spin, and I wish you good luck. There's still some really cool prizes left on there. There's some mods. There's some gift certificates, a couple of $50 gift certificates. So very, very exciting. So to all my peeps in West Virginia, good luck, my friend.
Let's see where we're going.
I hit the wrong button again.
That's not the right button.
I gotta get used to it. I got so many sounds on this thing.
I know you're doing so good though. I mean, you're really you're rocking it tonight,
Thank
brother.
you, brother.
You really are.
Thank you.
God, I wish you were as nice to me as I am to you. Really.
Here we go. Can we get, what we need to do is do a fucking psychological show. So what we need to do is have fucking Dr. Phil come over here and solve our issues. All right, good luck, brother. Here we go. So excited.
Round and round she goes, and it stops on. It's blurry, very blurry for me. I can't see it.
So
but
you
that's
couldn't
it.
see it even if it
there's
wasn't
the
blurry.
Anakin.
An Aries 2, brand new Inikin Aries 2, my friend.
Aries 2,
Congratulations.
fantastic.
Brand new. Just came out. It just came out, my friend. An Inikin Aries 2. Congratulations, Mike, over there in West Virginia. Send us an email, ppbsauter@tasteyourjuice.com. Make sure you put your telephone number in front, or else we won't be able to send it to you. We have to know that it is you, and we will send you your gift out next week.
I don't know if you know this, but 50% of the riding are people trying to get the Aries too.
Yes, absolutely. There's a lot of people trying to get the Aries too.
A lot of people trying to do that.
We appreciate you, buddy. Have a great evening.
Yes.
All right, you too. Y'all have a good evening now.
All right, brother. See you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, we did it, man. We spun the vape wheel.
How exciting was that, man?
How exciting is that? And we're gonna have, like I said, we're you know, like I said, like Dimitri said, we're gonna do a lot of fun stuff with the vape wheel.
Yes,
we gotta keep it fun.
We will. And this is just today was the inaugural launch of it, and CJ was the first one that won, so he's gonna go down in history.
You know, since I'm blowing vape up your ass, colors are a lot better now. Too.
My colors?
Your colors are so much better than they were. You were very, very pink. Everything was pink, and I know that was kind of by design, right?
Yes.
Because I know you got this thing with pink, but you've definitely improved your video colors.
Yes. So number one, I'm using a DSLR camera.
Yeah. Okay.
Here. Number two, I was able to adjust the lighting a little bit and play around with the settings a little bit of the ISO. I didn't know all this stuff. I was just got on YouTube and started, watching videos like ISOs and stuff like that. So I hope my video, and I think your quality is better tonight. I think we solved that issue as well too. So
well, hey, thank you very much. Because what I was going to say next was, please note the number of times I have complimented you tonight as we move into the rest of the week and next week as well.
You know what? This is a lot of fun. I have an idea as well too. Like in Christmas, we should do just 2 hours of fucking vape wheel. That's all. We just come on here and just do 2 hours of vape wheel, like nothing else.
And I guarantee you that will be our most watched show.
You're right.
Since we've done.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it. We said it all. We hope you enjoyed the variety of tonight. We talked a little bit of everything. I mean, we talked about Corona. We talked about rioting. We talked about 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏, whatever his name is. We gave you live review. We did vape wheel. I mean, this is like 2 hours of jam-packed entertainment.
Right, and we're planning our next show, the DP Wheel of Sex.
Yes. Yeah. Nobody's gonna call it that. That's it. Well, I don't know. There might be a couple of guys that call in, but that's not gonna be anybody else. But I just want to remind everybody that Carol Baskins did murder her husband and feed him to the tigers. I just want to make sure I get that in there. Let's not forget about that, because everything that's going on, Tiger King has fallen off the map, and that makes me very, very sad. Tiger King brought me a lot of enjoyment, and a lot of people see me on Facebook. I'm a #1 thief of memes, but I only steal quality. I'm over quality over quantity. So I want to say something about Tiger King. Under any other circumstance, if we didn't have the Corona, there's no way that this thing would have been popular, #1. Number two, a lot of people see on there like, oh, it's Dimitri with the Tiger King. Tiger King brought me a lot of enjoyment, not because of the documentary itself, but all the hoo-ha and the memes and the jokes that were created around it. And listen, folks, in times like these,
right,
humor and humility is so needed, folks.
Yes.
You know, what me and Phil do, we're like this in real life. Trust me. Ask anybody that has been around us. So what we're trying to do is trying to be, have some humility about it and try to share it with you and have some fun and laugh. It's all about laughing and have a good time. Trying to get through these difficult times that were there. So don't take everything so serious. Don't unfriend your people because they support the Black Lives Matter, or because they support Trump, or because they support my left nut. Who cares? Let them support whatever they want. As long as they're good to you, that's all that matters.
I support not only your left nut, but your right one as well. I just want you to know that, okay? That's #1. Number two, John Q. Public says we should do the vape wheel from the hot tub. I have such a good, funny idea for the hot tub for the next time Dimitri was here. I hope we can make that happen. And in case anybody, I'm not full screen, so I can't do this. Okay, never mind.
All right, I can put you on full screen.
Okay. Well, I mean,
all you gotta do is just say, and boom, I hit a button and it happens.
You did. It was unbelievable. Like, in case anybody's like curious about the truth, there's the truth right there.
I don't believe that. I would have to have visual evidence for that. I would have to have visual evidence of
you have had visual evidence in France, and you're absolutely right. That's
nowhere near on that chart. Just a couple of last comments. Patrick, thanks again for the super chat. Timmy Scarborough, can you add the Dimi stand up to the wheel? You know, you have you have some good ideas, man. I'm telling you. Yo, you guys are great.
I remember because I think it was you that were talking about Howard Stern, like just recently, like who watches Howard Stern, and I remember Howard Stern had puppets. You remember he had the Stern puppet, and everybody had their own puppets, and it like became this thing, like they were stealing the puppets, and they remember that?
Yeah,
we should have Dimi and Phil puppets.
I think that nobody asked for your bobblehead though. They asked for my Dimi cutout, so that's
ain't nobody getting my bobblehead anyway. That's
nobody's getting my cutout.
Very special, okay.
But yeah, you have really, really good ideas, which brings me to my closing thought. What do you guys want to do with a vape wheel? It's about you guys that watch the show every week or every 2 weeks, at least for the DP show. Leave us a comment down below on this video. Share it, like it, get it out there with the algorithms or YouTube. Leave us a comment down here what you want to, anything that, ideas, fun ideas. We want to make you happy. Leave them in the comment section below after you like the video and share it with your friends. And, you know, we'll go through them in the next DP show. And if we find something that's cool, we'll take it. And guess what? We might just even give you a prize if we pick one of your ideas for the show.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I never do in my videos, and I might as well start because everybody else is doing it, is please do subscribe. Go ahead and click the subscribe button and click the, we should have a graphic for this eventually. But click the subscribe button, click the notification button. Oh, look at this. We do have it. Do we?
Subscribe?
There you go. I see it there.
There it is.
So that you get notified when we do release products or videos, whether it be People Start a Review video or a Smoker Show video or a DP show video, or we did some videos recently on the 𝗵𝗵𝗶𝗀 thing. So we're always trying to put out some kind of content. So we do appreciate if you would subscribe and like too. I mean, that helps us out too. Right?
Very well said, Phil.
Yeah.
Very well said. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. I hope you enjoyed the show. And we'll be back Tuesday with a Smoker Show. We're doing DIY. We're doing DIY Tuesday. I'm making my DIY was so good.
You're going big.
I vaped it. I vaped this whole thing.
You vaped that whole thing?
Yeah. And by the way, I'm vaping other liquids as well too. This is not the only thing I'm vaping. I've vaped it since the time I made it. It's not that long. What was it, 2 weeks ago? It can't be that long.
2 weeks ago. What did you like? Were you restricting and direct sub-ohming it?
No, this is MTL.
What was your nic level?
This is 12 milligram here.
Really? You vape that much, huh?
I vaped this whole thing, and at the same time, I'm vaping another MTL liquid, and I'm vaping a restricted direct. Like I have 3 devices on my desk, and I went through that. That's how much I like it. I'm going to put it on the market.
What's interesting about the mixing show that's coming up, first of all, I got some funny stuff for you, but also you're going to see 2 very different ways of e-liquids being made.
There's no doubt about it. Mine's a sloppy way.
Right. You're going to see the correct way and the incorrect way.
I would not let you vape my liquid after you see how I make it.
So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I got a couple of things planned. So come on over and watch us for the Smoker Show next Tuesday night.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, guys. We appreciate you hanging out. Have a wonderful evening. And always, keep on vaping. That's what it's all about.